Hello all riders, this is my WR450 2015. I'm going to briefly show you what I went through putting on the Tusk LED integrated street kit. So I've taken all the plastics off and I'll just briefly go through what I did for my setup. You might do it a little different, but let's check this out. Take all your plastics off. Here you can see the wiring. It's mostly stuffed in here behind the battery. While I was at it, I also put in a stator wire right here so I can charge up. I just tuck it back behind the frame, and I generally followed the frame wiring of the harness for the bike is where I ran the harness for my kit. And on the back here, this is a longer piece that goes up to here. I cut it off short because I didn't feel like I needed the whole thing. I also, up under here, I used the stock holes. I marked them on here from the stock tail light that comes on this, so I can swap out the other light if I need to. I can use the exact same holes. And side holes for your signals. And then I ran that along the basic same wiring that was there before, coming out of the water bottle, under the frame, and into the harness. Now for the brake, rear brake, let's look at this. This is a pressure switch running down here, right along the frame, real close to the muffler here, but as you can see, it hasn't melted yet. So all this wiring to the headlight, that's the only main trick, is the headlight. This stuff was fairly straightforward, just routing it correctly, making room for it back here. There's plenty of ways to wire underneath the frame if you want. So let's look over here. I've taken the tank bolt off as well. Oh, not all of it. I have to take this bracket off. Maybe you can see. What you can do is either pull this pin. We'll take the tank off, and you can see where the cable wiring goes with the harness from the bike under the frame, and then I have it coming out to the headlight up here. So follow the same routing under the tank there. There's room for the harness wires to go under there. So to hook up, you can see my switches set up. You get the high-low beam, which is the trick, in the front because it's not wired for that. Turn signals, kill switch, on-off operates your lights and signals. So this is on. I know it's a lot of switches, but maybe this could be integrated with the kill switch and get rid of one, and a janky mirror that folds down if I need it. And you can see here, turn signals are integrated in the handguard. The stock guards they give you, they don't give you these, so you got to buy these. And if you have bigger bars, like tapered bars like I have, you're gonna have to buy these extra sets here and here. The stock clamps won't fit on the bars, so got to buy the handguards and separate clamps for them. Alright, and then it's fairly straightforward to bolt these on. I ran the wiring along under here down into the rear headlight, or behind the headlight there. So to pull this off, you can see coming out of the bike harness, the wiring. Hooking up the horn is fairly easy. I have it bolted in right here where there was already a mount for it. I would probably grind this off a little bit for clearance. Getting this on and off is kind of a pain. You can see there's a little clearance issues, so maybe just cut off, shave a little of this off, but at least it's tucked away under the front behind the light. So the only trick to get your lighting to work, this wiring is straightforward, is this piece right here. This 3-spade stock. Let me get over here. You gotta go get another one of these because there's only 2 spades on the stock, so you can't get a high-low beam. So to get a high beam, you need a 3rd spade to be active. So you just go to AutoZone or any auto parts store, and you can buy one of these 3-spade connectors and swap it out pretty easy. And that's the trick to get your high-low beams to work. Alright, so that's basically kind of the wiring setup I did. You gotta get inspected by a state trooper or a policeman if you can. I went to the state police. They'll sign off on it, then you can go into the Secretary of State and have them put in for a title switch. So you're no longer an ORV title, you'll be a motorcycle title. So that's the wiring setup. It's not too difficult, only the headlight was the main problem. I got my GYTR performance kit today, so this is going to be the next project, replacing that long factory screw in the throttle with this tiny little one. And it's really hard to get under there, so I got a tool from Home Depot to change to a 90-degree or so that hooks to it. You can get cheaper things to hold. All you need is a driver holder. Oh, that bends at 90. So that's the T25 that you're going to need to take out the stock factory screw. And you notice it's hollow, so it's not the average Allen hex driver. Once you have that, this should be fairly easy. I'll do a quick show you of where that is under here. I'll probably do a separate video of this, but it's way back in there and difficult to get to. You can see right under in here. So it's really tight space to get in there. So I'm going to do that next. So we'll do that in another video. Cheers.